Hello people of the internet, I'm the Aussie Wargamer and I'm back here playing some Heroes and Generals. Lately I've picked up a M4 Sherman. This thing is actually quite a beast, but it does have its massive flaws and I'll be pointing them out, and this is also Rommel update gameplay, so I'll also be using the wrench and showing its weaknesses and strengths. So we're here on Factory, the one map that everyone hates and you never get light tank games on, which is kind of odd, but it's kind of good at the same time. Not quite sure what I was shooting at there, but there it is, yep. Using HE against targets like that, not going to work out very well for you. But we're pushing up. This is actually, I honestly see that tank, but this is the first weakness of the M4 Sherman, gun depression. Usually, I thought, because I used to play water tanks a lot, obviously not an accurate representation of what the Sherman was like, but I used to play water tanks a lot, and the depression on the M4 Sherman was actually quite good on that. Here's the Generals. It's not very good at all, to be honest. It's kind of sloppy. It's very, very hard to shoot down on targets. But anyway, so I'm checking around here. I've just shot. I know they have armor now. I hadn't checked this previously, but I know they have armor. Boom. That's a double shot. That means there's two tanks. Two vehicles have just been spotted. I know the one on the right is a tank, but it's got actually a factory in the road. First target, can't see anything. I don't know where that guy went, but I could not see him. So I start moving up again. I'm using this hill to my best ability. Now, at the same time, I'm also a bit wary of the fact that there was a that Panzer III that I first killed. He'll be coming for me. So I missed that the half track, and yep, there he is. I know he would be coming for me, but he gets the first shot off, and yep, somehow I don't get a penetration on him, but I get really lucky, and he misses, or it bounces twice, which is the luckiest thing ever. This thing is actually quite good. It's way better than the Panzer III, I will admit. It bounces shots easier, and it, most of the time, can go through its armor pretty easy. Although that's what the Sherman was designed for, was to destroy Panzer IIs and IIIs. When you get to the Panzer IVs, which is the next step up for the Germans, it gets a little bit more difficult. You should probably leave them for the easy 8s, but if you get a flanking shot, you're probably going to kill them, but it's kind of a toss-up, really. I move back here. Okay, this is where I'm first going to show you the wrench. See, so they reckon it's 2 minutes to completely repair a smoking tank. I'm not sure what that might have been for the Pershing, though, but I'm not sure. But this is a lot faster than 2 minutes. See that little bar that moves up? That's fixing the tank every time that happens. Indeed, it does take some time and you have to move back to make sure you get safe. But after, what, not very long, back up to full HP and off we go again. A full HP tank to completely fight. I do like the 75mm on the Sherman, although it's only a short barrel and it's got a low velocity. It's quite strong. Doesn't have very much drop, to be fair, but you know, it's nothing compared to the Easy 8, but it sure as hell does do its job. There's damn rocks. As they said, they fixed the tank physics, but they obviously didn't fix them too great. It's still rocks. I mean, there's rocks you can go over, but you still like run into them, kind of like an invisible barrier. I see this dude here, and I'm deciding whether I should shoot him or not, and I go no. I'm mainly anti-armor. I see he's still there though, so I'm going in and out, making sure that I seen that tank. I'm like, oh, time to turn around. Most people don't carry anti-tank, and you will know if they do. Now that's a Hetzer. That is a very scary target, and I did not know where his weak spots were. Luckily, he bounces a shot on me, but I think I've just found a weak spot on him. Hit him once there, hit him twice there, but yep, I get the next shot off before he kills me. So now I'm literally smoking to the extreme. I'm thinking, oh dear, if I go up there, I'm gonna get shot in the back by something that spawns, and I'm probably gonna die. So I haul ass back. I don't want to stick around there because standing around there will get you definitely killed. So I'm just moving back, looking for some solid cover where I'm not going to move too far back that I can go all the way back to the start where I have to drive everywhere. But just going to go here. It's behind a wall, making sure I don't get shot or an infantry sneaks up behind me and shoots me from the hill. Just constantly watching that side. Yeah, and it's just, see, this is a more prime example of attack that's really low being just completely fixed up again. At this time, I've been playing the Sherman for a while now, and I've nearly got my Easy 8 Sherman, so I'll be bringing gameplay out on that. Should be pretty interesting. I do like the Easy 8. It was the line I went through on World of Tanks, and it was one of my favourite tanks. It's fast firing, high velocity, very good gun. So just healing it up here. So I want you guys to tell me in the comments, is that too quick? Does the wrench repair tanks too fast, or is it too slow, or is it just right the way it is? There's been a lot of debate on it as soon as it came out. Lots of people were scared that it was going to turn out like the blowtorch in Battlefield 3 and 4, where you could just stand behind a tank and heal them up, and then it was just the most one-sided tank battle ever. It's Hetzer. No idea why you would have your back to thingy. He was trying to shoot that Hellcat, I'm pretty sure, over there. He bails out. Well, at least I thought he bailed out, sorry. He stays in there, but I think he just kind of gives up. I'm still roaming around these hills. I've been up here for a very long time, and it's starting to get very risky for me to be here. I'm starting to mobilize around, you know, trying to get around to my enemy and make sure I can get them. But as I'm moving around, you're more risky to being spotted and killed, which is hard. But yeah, I mean, the front angle of the Sherman is actually really good. It can bounce shots easily from Panzer 3s. Probably not Panzer 4s, unless there was actually a in this patch here. Poor guy gets blown up. In this patch here, when the Roman first came out, there was an issue with the hit detection on tanks where the shell would just fly straight through. I mean, sometimes the coding's pretty bad with the infantry and shooting, but I mean, with tanks, come on, it's a massive shell. They fire one shot, and if that shot doesn't hit, then that is a massive disadvantage. So now I've just noticed, oh dear, I'm in a very bad spot, and I do hit that dude, and if he ever watches this, I'm so sorry. I say sorry in chat. It's the right thing to do. He reported me instantly, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? I seen a German coming up on him. I was like, really wanted just to help him, but ended up being the wrong thing for him. At this moment, I'm kind of in the infantry spawn here, just pushing them back, trying to get my team to move up. We nearly just about won this one. But yeah, so this Sherman is very, very strong. I mean, it can fight those Panzer 4s even if you don't have the APCR. So I earned quite a bit here. Some good XP. Minus 10 for team killing, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, it's just how it goes. And yeah, so this is my next game that I played. This game was, yeah, kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, to be fair. I was very, very hesitant in this game. Because, I mean, they only had light armor, but it still was actually quite hard for me to push up with my team and kill stuff. Some dude randomly sitting on the thing. He gets absolutely blasted by everyone. But unfortunately I don't get killed. Now, good thing about the Sherman, it does one-shot jeeps in one hit. I can't shoot for shit right now. I finally get him. But that was a terrible display of what the Sherman's accuracy is actually like. And also, you'll notice from my Hellcat game and then this game how much more the scope sways. It's more realistic, but I honestly do not like it anymore. It's actually causing some people to be nauseous, giving them headaches, making them throw up. So I think Rito really needs to look at that and kind of assess what they're doing with that. But yeah, so right now I didn't actually see that guy move up on me, so thank you for that easy 8 there to help me out. Right now I'm just guarding the bridge. I'm trying to get, obviously tanks can't cap those kind of points, so we need infantry to move up. So I'm just watching the bridge, and then this guy sneaks right past. But shoot him in the butt. Sometimes rushing like that works. I do it a lot with my Jeep, but other times it doesn't. That was one prime example. That guy gets flattened, and also here's another thing about the patch: the hit markers and the detection. How long it takes for you when you've shot someone to register that you've actually shot them is quite a long time now. Well, at least for it to come up. As you've seen, that I was shooting that guy massively for a while. I am so lucky I do not die from this dude here. I see the shells coming in. I have no idea how that one didn't hit me. But thank goodness that person spotted it. I would be toast right now. We've got an easy 8 and a Sherman firing at him like constantly, so he's definitely backed off. We've got more people rushing up with their Jeeps. This is the issues that tank drivers face, is just Jeep drivers driving up behind you and blowing you up. You gotta have a really good sense of what's around you in order to, you know, win. And I see this Sherman here. No idea why he doesn't have his front armor to the bridge. But then again, there was and this guy, sorry bud. There's that one sweet spot when infantry is circling you. If you're an infantry and you want to avoid getting shot by a tank, stay directly behind it. Do not stray meters out, and do not make sure that you're not on any kind of hill, because he can just aim at the ground and blow you up. But now I'm a bit worried about that Panzer III. I'm not sure. I couldn't remember if they killed it or not, but I know it was up here somewhere. So I'm going to repair my tank. And this is yet again using the range and showing how effective it can be. I'm going to move up and go around and see if I can find that Panzer III. Right now I'm just repairing my tank up, because, you know, you don't want to go into a battle with a full tank when you're on, like, no health. But as you can see, it's quite a quick repair time. Almost too quick, if I must say so myself. I wouldn't mind, as a tank driver, sitting around for another 30 seconds repairing my tank, but then again, opinions differ, and Rito has said that they are going to be changing the times around to suit what the community wants. So the good thing about Rito is they actually do listen to the community sometimes. Other than the fact that it's very unstarter user friendly, so new players find it very hard to play this game. Running around in M1 Grand getting blown up by Panzer IVs and Tigers is not fun, trust me. They did implement a system with the first 3 levels being skirmish only, pretty sure? Yeah, being skirmish only, so that's kind of a good thing, but at the same kind of a bad thing, because you don't have anything after you get your level 3. I mean, you can get a grease gun, but I mean, you have to just, you can't do anything against tanks really. I mean, there's always the bazooka, but they did a hot fix, thank goodness, lately, where but before the hot fix, each shell from a bazooka was 500 credits, if I'm correct or not. This was before the hot fix, so anyway, correct me on that, but yeah, that's what I actually heard, and that's 1,500 for killing a tank, so, you know, you're definitely not making any kind of profit. They've since halved that, I think. I'm looking here, I know the bridge is just there, and that's the main way they're going to be coming across, so trying to cut them off so they can't push up. That's what I don't see a lot of tank drivers doing, is cutting off infantry, etc., making sure that the enemy doesn't push up. But more about the Sherman. The Sherman's actually, I'm getting a bit of lag spikes here, sorry. Sherman's actually quite a strong tank. In its armor, that is. It can bounce shots from Panzer IVs from extreme distances, but it's highly unlikely, but it's still, yeah, it's still possible. Right now I'm just searching for infantry, and here's another thing about the Sherman tank. One massive weakness, the scope. The scope is not very scoped at all. You'll find yourself, this is a brawler tank. This is a very much so brawler tank. You can shoot at range with this thing. The gun allows you to do that, but the problem is seeing them from distance. So I'm checking for tanks here. I'm always after tanks. I hardly ever like killing infantry, just infantry. I find it as a, not only is it a boring game, it's just it doesn't really help the team that much. Sure, it does kill them and that, but you know, it's got its flaws. Anyway, so this is a strong spot here. Some people might call this spawn camping. Yeah, it kinda is, but it kinda isn't at the same time. Everyone knows this flaw where O1 is being captured, infantry start spawning out in this field, you're pretty much toast unless you find out a way to get away. X1, which is just behind me to the right, is so easy to spawn at. Just avoid this. When you see this happening, avoid the spawn rate. It's easier to spawn at X1 than get shot down by infantry, because everybody knows where you're coming from. See, and here's another tip for tank drivers. You hear ting, and then you wait for it. Ting, ting, ting. That's the sound of a normal hand grenade. You cannot blow up tanks with normal hand grenades. If you hear ting and you do not hear any more tings after that, get out. You've just been stuck by either a magnetic grenade or a sticky grenade. You're gonna blow up, or at least try and turn around and kill the dude before he puts another 2 on you. Because you will die. I've seen so many tank drivers, I do it all the time with my infantry. I just run up behind tanks and poof, put a sticky grenade on them and they don't get out. Now this guy, at least tops for giving it a shot. The flak actually does hurt me quite a bit. After I shoot him twice with the HE and realise, okay, this is going nowhere. Boom. One shot with the APCR goes straight into the armoured plating and blows up the AA gun. So now that's a worry I don't need to worry about anymore. While I've turned around, these infantry have moved up on me. Obviously, some of them have anti-tank and are looking for the opportunity to blow me up. So I'm just scouting around, looking for infantry. Okay, my team's just captured O1. So, I know for now, it's time to move up. This guy, I do regret not shooting him. I leave him alone, which is a really dumb idea. I do make some mistakes when I'm driving tanks, a lot of the time, I really do. Like, I am out of my tank way too much, popping in and out. That's probably the main reason why I die so much in my tank. But this guy here, ouch, I just take a shot from a bazooka. Or a Panzerschreck, I can't quite tell what that was. A Panzerschreck. You can tell from the high amount of damage. I'm looking for this guy. I know he's around here somewhere. I'd blow up his car, because it could have been a Panzerfaust. I wasn't actually sure. Hi buddy. Bye buddy. Oh, no, he must have ducked down or got shot. I'm not actually sure what happened there. So, fine. But yeah, oh, I'm like, oh, I freak out. I see this coming and I freak out. I hit him and, stupidly enough, they don't get out. Whenever your thing's on fire, get out. You're not going to achieve anything from keep driving and getting yourself killed. Scouting around here. I'm really, like, in a bad position here. I don't know why I was here. I'm trying to contain the pushes so I can stop them from getting around me. Then I see a tank. The shells are, ironically, I'm not actually sure what type of tank that was. I think it was the Panzer T? A Stoff T? If I cannot pronounce German because I'm Australian, so please forgive that. But I'm having a bit of a war here. I do bounce that shot, so I'm thinking it's a Panzer III. Cannot see. See, this is another problem with the scope. You just cannot see what you're shooting at. Unless someone spots it, it is epically hard. So I'm going 16-0 right now. 0 if in Australia. Kind of really got our team to push up. Like, I mean, I'd like to think I helped a lot by, you know, kind of would say spawn raping the stupid infantry that spawn at the bad spots, and hello, he's like, oh dear. Although he could have killed me. He didn't realise it, but I was on half HP. One more shot and I would have been smoking. I'm nearly dead. But here I'm like, okay, I'm really low HP. Just checking around me. Royal Commando, I see him in a lot of games. And right now I'm like, okay, it is time to get out of here. And maybe, maybe not. I pushed back a very, very long way with this one to repair my tank. I accidentally get out of that one, that was not on purpose. Definitely not repairing here. Trying to get this guy to get out. See, I'm typing to him in chat to get out because I'm going to back to repair, and I mean he's not going to be any use to the team sitting all the way back over here while I'm sitting around repairing. So sometimes instead of just like, you know, being rude to people in the game, just calmly say, can you get out, and explain why. Like, I know a lot of people are pissed off with the thing that you can't lock your tank and you get retarded people in your gunner seat. But at the same time, just, you know, if you just make sure, direct them, try and help them to be better at being a gunner. Most annoying thing is thinking, oh, this is where I get a little bit cheeky. I'm trying to think if I can get in here, and indeed I can. So I'm like, oh, this is a pretty good spot, but I realised that I cannot get to the side, so I get out and I start repairing. I got my back to. This is probably not the best side to be on, I realised, so off we go around the side, and you can actually repair while moving as well, so that's also another massive perk about the wrench. Maybe if they did that, the wrench would be more balanced, I think. If you didn't allow them to move, so that means that infantry, it makes them so easier to sneak up on tankers. So that's actually just a thought. But as you can see, tank's back up in no time. The more problem, as Red Motor said, was the idea that the tankers have to pull back to repair, to do it safely. Otherwise you're going to get shot and lose your whole tank. So right now, checking the scoreboard. This guy had no idea what he was doing. So I'm starting to move up. Our team is, you know, pushing slowly though. Just very slowly. This game's gone from not very far. We just got D3, I think it was, and then we're pushing up. We've got to get this X1 in order to get O2. Royal Commando's up there already with his Easy 8 Sherman, shooting them up. I'm just checking that side because I know that that's actually a really popular way for tanks to go if they want to get flanky shots, especially because there's Panzer. I cannot pronounce those tanks, but the TE, I'm pretty sure. You want to get flanky shots on big strong tanks like the Easy 8 and the Sherman. Now I see this dude. I'm like, is he still around? Nope. Okay, so obviously that guy who was trying that, and anyway, I do see that marker. As soon as I seen that marker, switch to APCR, start shooting. You can tell from the different markers what a tank is and what a infantry is. A triangle is infantry, a diamond is tank or vehicle. Which can be annoying because, you know, spotting vehicles and stuff. Commando's saying exactly what I'm thinking. We can't really move up because we're going to get completely destroyed by these guys with their mines. So we're just sitting back here waiting for thingy. That guy says he's moving up, so you know we're just kind of firing here, shooting at whatever we can. I see Royal Commando moving up. I'm like, okay, it is definitely time to move up. If Royal's moving up, then I don't actually know this guy, but I do play a lot of games with him because the Australian community is actually quite a small one on Heroes and Generals. So we're moving up, double timing. I see that spawn, I think, oh, then I remember, oh, they just spawn normally, they don't actually spawn people in them. But we're going to try and contain this X1. Run into that friggin' wall yet again, and overthinking about the physics. They haven't quite fixed them yet. It's quite disappointing. I mean, I'm still getting like stopped in my tracks by a friggin' fence post with like a 60-ton monster. But you know, It's all that they've done really well this game. It's still in beta. It's been in beta war for a while now, but you gotta respect them for making such a great game. I mean, we love it. Most of us, at least. It's arguably pay to win, but once you start getting the higher ranks, it's much easier because, yeah, you just feed off the new people, which is kind of like a really big problem in this game. Starting off is just so hard. Running around with M1 Grand, unless you've got pretty good accuracy, you're not going to win if you come face to face at a point with some of a PPSH or an MP40. So, just checking around. Our team is actually moved up, which is really good. The tanks have actually, you know, they're doing their job. Infantry support. The Easy 8, not so much of an infantry support tank, but the Sherman definitely is. Those guys are both in Easy 8s, and I'm in the Sherman, so I'm basically going to let them do the anti-tank. If I see tanks, obviously I will be fighting them, but, you know, I'm pushing up with the infantry. We've got to take these objectives to win this game. So, we're pushing up to the bridge. This is on Mountain Pass, I think this map is called. Correct me if I'm wrong, something mountain. It's, oh wait, that's a Wood. Thanks, map. I do not remember what this map is called. Forgive me. Yeah, we're pushing up, really pressuring the objective, and then, oh god, I see in the corner of my eye X1. I'm like, oh man, this is unbelievable. We just had that. This is the problem with paratroopers as well. You just need to sacrifice man to stay at base. I think I see enough people over there. I'm like, okay, if I cut them off here, then they're not going to be able to get past me. They're not going to be able to reinforce X1, and we should have it in no time. Rule 1 of Heroes and Generals: don't trust your team. Some of them are pretty good, but I mean, jeez, don't ever rely. I'm like, what's all the infantry doing up here, guys? X1, we're not doing anything here. I'm like, just trying to push them back, and I'm like, oh god, they're obviously expecting people back at X1 to cap, and that's just not happening. I see we start capping it, so I'm like, okay, oh wait, nope, they stopped capping. God damn it! So, trying to make my decision here to push forward and cut them off, or go back to X1. Definitely make the choice to go back to X1, and this is where the game falls apart, really. We had such a strong lead with this game, and, you know, we just kind of lost it because of stupid things like nobody defends. But as the Sherman being a anti-tank and anti-infantry tank, I really started to move up. That guy gets domed from a bloody Car 98. And here comes the classic Heroes and Generals game. Start losing, and all of a sudden the chat explodes. I can say that I've been a few times raging, especially in the earlier stages of this game where you're in M1 Grand getting raped by tanks that you can't do anything about. But we're moving forward. Don't ask me how I don't see that, but that's a friendly tank. I'm like, okay, don't you dare try and take that. See Royal Commando in the chat taking my tank, and, you know, tanks got to support each other. And then, boop! That is why you don't pop out of your tank again. I'm very bad at that, where I just keep popping out of my tank. See Royal Commando there, he's just watching over my tank. Which is just kind of really unlucky that I got shot out there, because I helped him, and then, yeah. I'm like, cheers, oh dear, someone's taking it. Which happens to be a friendly. And this is where I get a little bit fucking pissed off at him. See, look, you can see that infantry right there taking my tank. Thank goodness Royal was there. Stupid people like that take your freaking tanks. This is the main problem with things. You die, it doesn't mean you cannot respawn back in it. The moment you die, infantry from your team just starts taking your damn tank. It's the most annoying thing. It's almost more annoying than when the enemy takes it. Anyway, we've been pushed way far back now. We're all the way back to where we were like 15 minutes ago. Progress has just been completely wiped, and yeah, it's actually really hard to defend at the same time as attack. So, back in the same spot, that guy takes a full tank shell to his face. Oops, sorry. whatever that explosion was, I had no idea. But I was just not interested. I'm trying to stop them from spawning. I'm trying to do exactly the same thing as I did last time. Just stop. I'm moving out of the way here for the Royal, just in case he wants to move, you know, move up into this area. Move in my position so he can do that, but he never does. So, I'm just here helping out the team. Stopping the infantry from pushing up and contesting the O1 is actually really useful. I know my back isn't covered, but this is the risk you take for trying to play the objective, especially with tanks. A lot of people think that they don't actually play the objective, but you actually do. There's actually plenty of room there for Royal to go through, so I'm just, you know, chill out and chillaxing here. Royal is shooting at something. I see he's shooting at something, so turn around. Oh, there's a guy right next to me. Great. I don't know where he is, but I know from the fact that I haven't heard a click of a mine being stuck on me, so I forget about him. Which is actually a really dumb thing to do, but I'm more worried about people moving up on O1. But yeah, like in the new patch, I also want to talk about the timer. It took me about a day to figure it out. Okay, so on your right, you'll notice that we have O1, and our time, we nearly have O1. And that bar is moving up. If you want to know what the timer is, it's the defenders. The defenders right now is Germany. Okay, so they've got that little like, stopwatch looking thingy next to them. That is your timer. When that bar fills up, that's GG. Okay. So it will go up and down depending on the type of how the game's going. Right now, I'm just shooting through these windows, trying to help my team out to cap this objective. I do get a hit, but it's not enough. There's one guy in there, he was just absolutely killing it. That guy takes a full tank shell to his face, and, you know, unlucky him. I still couldn't believe it. I'm like seeing this, I'm like, they're actually capping this, even though we've got all this support. Admittedly, I could have got out and tried to do something, but I mean, with only grenades because of the new patch with the wrench. If you don't have the pistol unlocked on the tanker, you've kind of got nothing to do in the infantry once you're out of your tank with. So I just carry around grenades and the wrench. But checking both sides, just trying to cut it off. Trying to cut off their advance. It's definitely not easy. I take a shot there, I'm like, okay, what's this guy? I hear the sound of someone getting spotted, and I just start firing into these rocks. This is where I think the shot came from. And this is where I'm like, oh my goodness. Look, they've got D3 now. This is starting to get ridiculous. We've been pushed back so far. Poor guy on his bicycle gets blown up. And I see this dude, I'm like, uh-oh, is he trying to put something on me, or has he got a anti-tank? I'm not sure, so I just move. You don't want to stick around there. And here I'm just faced with this massive issue that we've literally just friggin' been pushed back so far. So it kind of turned into a bit of a complete reversal. This is where the few can make up for the many in this game. I do actually notice that guy there. No idea what he had in mind, shooting me with a MG on a Jeep. But luckily, this is where our team actually starts to, you know, grow a brain. We're starting to capture D3 again. Thankfully. It's been really hard, like, knocking out all these infantry. I haven't versed many tanks, which is actually quite unfortunate, but you know, I'll be bringing out more Sherman gameplays where I do actually, I'm just constantly locked in tank, but this is more of a multi game where I was versing tanks at the start, and now I'm versing infantry constantly. But you know, it's good to have a bit of variety. Sorry. So I see that they've captured D3 finally. So now we can start focusing back on O2. O1, my bad. hopefully, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get that. See this guy here, and I'm just like, I don't know what I was waiting for here. I was almost waiting for him to back down the rock a bit so I could shoot the rock, but you know, I waited that shot out a little bit too long, to be fair. So I'm just waiting here, waiting, always waiting, but try and get the infantry to push up. That's all you want to do with tanks, just support infantry to win games. Tankers don't usually get that. Let the tank destroyers and the things like the Easy 8, which is it's got a high velocity gun, take out the infantry. But at the same time, take out tanks when you see them. If you see that tanks are destroying your infantry, take out those tanks. If you see that their tanks are just fighting other tanks, then if you're in a tank like the Sherman, fight infantry. Don't worry about those pesky friggin' tanks. Let the Easy 8s and the tank destroyers destroy you. Right now, I'm just like, I'm stopping their advance. They're trying desperately to push up to recapture 01, and I'm just not letting them. This is this position's strengths. And here I'm trying to tell my team, like, come on, if you see up in that corner, the top left, we don't have very long left. We really need to win this ASAP. We need to push hard and fast. So right now, I see that guy moving up, and I'm like, okay, I don't want him to be stuck around while my team is capping X1 and, you know, we get flanked. I have no idea where he is though, so I'm just firing randomly. And then I take something from the shot, a notification that I've been shot from the back. It's been something slightly stronger is shot at me. So I'm shooting at this guy. Unluckily, I'm shooting HE, and HE is actually quite a hard job to destroy tanks with. Sorry, not tanks, to destroy jeeps, because you need to get it in that right spot. I don't actually see. This is where I make a big mistake. I was wondering what he was doing, how he kind of jumped down like that, and this is where I make an even bigger mistake. I knew that that guy was right next to me. I left him, and I just didn't worry about him. Then I'm like, okay, can I actually spawn back in my tank? I'm like taking my tank to my team, letting them know. I'm like, oh, please don't try and take my tank. That guy gets blown up by a grenade, so I know there's guys around him. I'm not sure if that guy was going for my tank or not, but I get back in it, luckily. Very lucky. I'm pretty sure that that guy who was taking my tank previously, the German, is gone now, so I see we're all moving up. Time for round 2. We need to start moving up once again. And we need to do it very, very quickly. We almost need to have a German blitzkrieg strategy here. We just move up massively, and boom! I seen that dude lay that mine, and I still went into it for some unknown reason. I have no idea why. I almost didn't think that he was putting that mine down, and more like he was trying to avoid my machine guns that I was firing at him at that time. But you know, you make mistakes, you pay the consequences. So that's the first tank I've lost, at least. So now back into it again. We haven't actually lost very many medium tanks in this game, so pushing up hard and support infantry because they don't have any more tanks, and yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. And yet again, just this massive cannon, the 75mm, although being short barrel, it's quite effective with the HE rounds. They pack a much larger explosion than the much smaller 37mm off the M5 Stuart. I do actually, if you've noticed, if you have a Sherman and you don't have any perks on it, I've got the gunnery perk medal thing on this, and I've got it gold, so it means I reload 50% faster the cannon, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong again. But yeah, so we're starting to move up again. We're just pushing and pushing and pushing. It's just what you want to do. You want to push. Don't stop pushing. The Germans had the right idea in the war, using the blitz strategy where you just pushed with armor and you didn't stop until you owned it all, because it catches the enemy off guard. They need to mobilize and reform in order to fight back properly. If you plow through them fast as possible without stopping, then you're gonna keep hammering at them and then keep them disorganized. which is quite a useful thing. See, my team's even captured X1 without me. Royal there working them over, and that Easy 8 Sherman. So I'm kind of a bit wary about mines as well right now. Being destroyed by a mine just then kind of gave me the shit. So checker for mines, making sure that I don't get blown to smithereens again. And finally, we're moving back up again. This is where Royal can really use his Easy 8 because he's got that scope on it, which really helps him. Me, on the other hand, worst scope ever. As you can see, it's hardly even zoomed. Some might argue it's not zoomed at all. Some kind of flak cannon there, no idea what he was doing. I'm not stopping around to find out though, I just keep shooting at him. He can't really do that much damage to me, but he is quite annoying. I see Royal there shooting him, so I'm just going to leave him. I'm not worried about someone who's trying to shoot at me with a flak cannon. So I know there's an MP40 guy here because I just seen it in the feed and I heard him shooting. I'm wondering, okay, where is he? See, this is a little trick. This is what, use rebound. Use the explosion range of tank shells to kill people that you cannot access normally. It will help a lot. And I see that grenade fly up and over. So I know he's under the bridge, but I can't get him at that kind of angle. And this is where I'm really happy with my team right now. So we've made a lot of progress in a really short amount of time. And as you can see, the timer has gone backwards because we've started capturing more. So that's how if anyone was still confused about the timers, that's how they work. That guy takes a freaking HE shell to the face. And right now I'm just sitting up here, I'm like, okay. So, come on team, we need infantry ASAP to push up and take back this objective. Or take it. We actually never got this. This is exactly the same as what I was 15 minutes ago because that entire team just got thrown back. Just one or two dudes just pushing. This is what... I salute those people that did that. That's actually just a really good way to defend. Everyone knows the best type of offense is defense, and there we go. Killed by a mine again. So here I'm just going to talk about the map and some of the changes. Like, the tank scopes changes is welcome and not welcome at the same time. It's kind of more realistic, but at the same time, you know, it's a bit dodgy, especially the thing we're behind the compounds. Yeah, I didn't know what it was saying there, but right here I'm deciding. I'm like, okay, should I spawn back in a new tank and waste this dude? Couldn't remember if this was a training or campaign mission, so I'm just like, okay, I don't want to spawn because I have to go all that way, and I might, by the time I get there, I might have just wasted one of a tank. So I'd make the decision. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to spawn on Royal and see what I can do with this HMG, sorry. But yeah, this has been a the wrench. Like, what do you guys reckon? Put in the comments what you think about it. Like, is it too OP? Do you like the new update? I haven't really played any general stuff, and right now the servers are actually down, which is really annoying because it's the last day of the ×4 XP and also my premium, which is really irritating, but you know, what are you going to do? So yeah, at this time I can just realise, okay, they've hardly got anyone left and we've just pushed up all the way. I know there's a spawn point out there and I do see someone just then, but you know, at this time we're kind of just, you know, we've won. Royal just bails, think he wants that last couple little bit of points, and the game's over. We've successfully captured all the objectives, and yeah. So guys, I'll be putting out more Sherman, and I'll also have my Easy 8 very, very shortly. I get a shit ton of